Have you ever sent a message to someone you thought would always be there for you, and got nothing in return? Not even a reply, not even a word. That silence is deafening. It pierces deeper than anger, deeper than sadness, because it's personal. It makes you question yourself, your worth, your choices. And yet here's the truth that most people never admit. The ones who ignore you in your darkest moments are showing their true colors. They are revealing a reality you may not want to face, but you need to see it. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why this happens, what it says about them, and how it can actually make you stronger than ever. So stay till the end, because what you'll learn may change the way you see everyone around you. The pain of being ignored. There's a unique kind of pain that comes from being ignored when you need someone most. It's not just the absence of words, it's the absence of care. It's calling out into the void, hoping for a response, hoping for empathy, and being met with silence. You start replaying every interaction in your mind. Did I say something wrong? Did I ask too much? Did I expect too much? But here's the hard truth. This silence is not about you, it's about them. Their absence is a reflection of their limitations, their fears, or their priorities, not your value as a human being. Why people disappear. People vanish in tough times for many reasons. Some are selfish, they only want to be around when life is easy and fun. Some are emotionally immature. They can't handle someone else's pain without feeling overwhelmed or uncomfortable. Others are simply too caught up in their own world to notice the people who need them. And the most painful ones? They might act like they care, but when it matters, they disappear. This inconsistency is a harsh reality of human relationships, but it also teaches you an essential lesson. Not everyone who smiles at you is loyal, and not everyone who talks to you actually cares. Being ignored creates a ripple effect in your mind and heart. Doubt creeps in, self-esteem falters, and you start questioning your worth. You feel invisible, unimportant, even undeserving of love. But here's the crucial point. Your feelings are valid. Your need for support is natural. And their absence doesn't define you, it defines them. It defines the kind of person they are. Real friends, real people, show up when it counts, not when it's convenient. The hidden lesson in pain. Here's where it gets interesting. Every person who ignores you is teaching you a lesson, whether you realize it or not. They are showing you who is worth your time and energy and who is not. They are forcing you to confront an uncomfortable truth. You cannot control other people. You can only control how you respond. You learn to value presence over appearances, loyalty over convenience, and actions over words. This is a painful but powerful way to see who truly belongs in your life. The instinct when someone ignores you is often to chase, to beg, to demand their attention. But the real power lies in restraint. Instead of reacting, redirect your energy to yourself. Focus on your growth, your passions, your well-being. Invest in relationships that are mutual and nourishing. Surround yourself with people who choose you, not because they have to, but because they want to. In doing so, you protect your heart while still remaining open to genuine connection. Here's the most transformative part. The more you experience being ignored, the stronger you become. You cultivate resilience. You learn emotional independence. You stop looking for validation outside of yourself and start finding it within. And paradoxically, the more self-sufficient you become, the more you attract people who will genuinely show up, those who align with your energy, respect your emotions, and value your presence. It's important to accept that not everyone is capable of showing up for you. Some people love, but only on their own terms. Some people care, but only when it's convenient. Some people simply do not have the emotional capacity to support others. This doesn't make them evil, it just means they're human. And as much as we wish it weren't so, sometimes the harshest lessons in life come from those who were supposed to be closest to us. Being ignored when you need someone the most is not the end of the story, it's the beginning. It's a test, a challenge, and a gift all at once. It forces you to look inward, to grow stronger, and to value yourself above all else. It teaches you discernment, patience, and resilience. And most importantly, it prepares you for the right kind of people, the ones who will stay through storms, not just sunshine. So the next time you feel invisible, abandoned, or ignored, remember this. Their absence does not diminish your worth. Every silent friend, every vanished companion, every person who didn't show up is simply teaching you to stand taller, love yourself deeper, and trust your instincts more. Your life is too valuable to be dictated by the absence of others. Surround yourself with those who matter, let go of those who don't, and keep moving forward. Because your resilience, your growth, and your strength, those are what truly define you, not the people who ignored you when you needed them most. Humans are wired to avoid discomfort. When someone we care about shows vulnerability, it can trigger feelings of anxiety, guilt, or helplessness in the other person. Some people are simply not equipped to handle intense emotions. They freeze, shut down, or disappear. Psychologists call this emotional avoidance. It's not always about malice. Sometimes it's about incapacity. But regardless of their reason, the effect on you is real. Loneliness, doubt, and heartbreak. Recognizing this allows you to separate their limitations from your value. Think of a friend who always laughs with you, shares jokes, and celebrates your wins. But the moment you call them when life falls apart, they are busy, tired, or simply don't answer. This is a harsh but common reality. It teaches you that friendship isn't just about fun and shared moments. It's about showing up when it's hard. And this realization, though painful, is crucial for your emotional growth. It forces you to reconsider who truly deserves a place in your inner circle. When you're ignored, it's easy to internalize the rejection. But the real lesson is about boundaries and self-worth. Not everyone deserves access to your energy, your time, or your emotions. Part of growing emotionally is learning to set boundaries that protect your mental health. Ask yourself, does this person lift me up or do they drain me? The answer will guide your decisions about who stays in your life and who doesn't. Actionable advice: how to heal and protect yourself. Validate your own feelings. Don't wait for someone else to acknowledge your pain. Your emotions are valid on their own. 2. Limit emotional dependency. Build resilience by being your own source of comfort first. Journaling, therapy, or meditation can help. 3. Observe patterns, not moments. One time being ignored might be an accident, but repeated absence is a pattern worth noting. 4. Prioritize people who show up. Invest energy in those who reciprocate your care. Their loyalty is a mirror of their character. EQ, let go gracefully. Not everyone will stay, and that's okay. Grieve the loss, but don't let it define your future. One of the hardest parts is confusion. You might think, they cared before, why now? Emotional inconsistency is one of the most damaging behaviors because it keeps you in a loop of hope and disappointment. Part of healing is accepting that people change, or that you see their true nature over time. And once you accept this, you stop chasing ghosts and start building real connections. Being ignored doesn't just teach you about other people, it teaches you about yourself. It shows you your resilience, your capacity to love despite disappointment, and your ability to rise above neglect. Every silent text, every unanswered call, every vanished friend is an opportunity to discover your inner strength and redefine your boundaries. This is where transformation happens, not when others show up, but when you show up for yourself. Letting go of people who ignore you is not revenge. It's liberation. It's freeing yourself from emotional debt, from waiting, from hoping for someone who won't meet you halfway. When you release these relationships, you create space for genuine connections, those rare souls who will be there in your darkest hours, not just your happiest moments. So here's the reality. Some people will never meet you in your storms, and that's not your failure, it's theirs. But your strength lies in what you do next. Rise above the silence. Value yourself more than their absence. Choose those who honor your presence and let go of those who don't. Life is too short to spend energy on people who vanish when it matters most. Remember, the right people will stay, not because you demand it, but because they truly see your value. And you. You will become unshakable not because life has been easy, but because you survived being ignored and you rose stronger than ever. Imagine this. You're sitting alone late at night, scrolling through your phone, and you see their name pop up. You hope it's a message, maybe an apology, maybe just a, "Are you okay?" But nothing comes. Hours pass, days pass, and the silence remains. It hurts in a way that's hard to explain. You replay every memory, every promise, and every laugh, wondering why it all vanished. This is the reality of people who ignore you when you need them most. And if you've experienced it, you know it's like being invisible in a world full of noise. Here's the uncomfortable truth. This happens to everyone at some point. The difference is how you respond. Some people let it break them. They drown in self-doubt and anger, trying to convince themselves it's their fault. Others, those who choose growth, look at the silence as a mirror, reflecting both the limitations of others and the strength within themselves. One of the most critical lessons from this experience is learning emotional self-sufficiency. You cannot rely on someone else to validate your feelings, to confirm your worth, or to hold your heart together. That responsibility lies with you. When you learn to comfort yourself, to speak kindly to yourself in moments of pain, you unlock a power most people never experience. Emotional independence doesn't mean isolation, it means strength. It means that when someone ignores you, your world doesn't crumble. You continue, you thrive, and you grow stronger. It's not just friends who can vanish. Sometimes family members ignore your struggles. Sometimes romantic partners turn away when life gets complicated. Even colleagues or mentors can disappear when the pressure is high. This pattern shows one thing clearly. Not everyone is capable of supporting you in the way you need. And the sooner you accept this, the sooner you stop wasting energy on people who aren't willing or able to meet you halfway. Think of a time when you confided in someone and expected support, but were met with excuses, avoidance, or silence. That sting of disappointment is painful, but it's also a lesson. It's a wake-up call to prioritize those who show up rather than mourn those who leave. Actionable steps to protect yourself. Here's how to move forward without bitterness. 1. Recognize the pattern. One instance of silence might be an accident, but repeated absence is a signal. Observe behavior over time. 2. Communicate clearly. Let people know what you need. Sometimes, absence is a result of misunderstanding. But if they continue to ignore you, it's not worth forcing. 3. Invest in yourself. Build hobbies, skills, and passions. When you grow as a person, your reliance on others decreases and your confidence increases. 4. Curate your circle. Focus your energy on people who reciprocate care. Quality always beats quantity. 5. Practice forgiveness and letting go. Not for them, but for you. Holding resentment keeps you tied to someone who isn't present. Letting go frees you. Here's the paradox. Being ignored can transform you into a stronger, wiser, and more discerning individual. It teaches patience, resilience, and the value of loyalty. It forces you to distinguish between those who truly matter and those who are only temporary. And eventually it leads to a realization that is both freeing and empowering. You don't need everyone to show up. You need only those who choose to stay, and they will. So if someone has ignored you when you needed them most, remember this. Their absence is not a reflection of your worth. It is a reflection of their limits. And in the silence, you have a choice. Remain broken, or rise stronger, wiser, and more resilient than ever before. Surround yourself with those who honor your presence, cherish your growth, and show up when it counts, not just when it's convenient. Life is too short for fair-weather friends, fleeting love, or empty promises. Choose yourself, stand tall, heal, and know that your strength, your resilience, and your ability to keep moving forward, despite those who vanished, will always define your legacy far more than their absence ever could. Take a moment to think about the people in your life. Who has truly been there for you? Who has shown up when it mattered? And more importantly, who deserves your energy and time moving forward? This is not about bitterness. This is about clarity, empowerment, and building a life where the people who truly belong in it are the ones who never leave your side. So here's the truth. Some people will walk away when life gets real. Some will vanish when you need them the most. And yes, it hurts. It stings. It makes you question yourself, your worth, your place in this world. But let me tell you something. They do not define you. Your value is not measured by those who leave, but by the strength, resilience, and courage you show despite their absence. Every silent friend, Every vanished companion, every ignored call or message, it is all a lesson. A lesson in self-worth, a lesson in discernment, a lesson in choosing yourself over those who cannot choose you. And when you embrace this truth, you stop waiting for validation from others. You rise above disappointment. You build a life where only those who truly belong have space, and those who ignore you, their absence becomes your liberation. Remember this. The world will not always show up for you, but you will always have yourself. Stand tall, protect your heart, invest your energy wisely, and know this. Your strength, your courage, and your ability to move forward despite the people who abandoned you, that is your power, that is your story, and that story, it is unstoppable.